Alright, this was today's job. 52 Chevy 3100. This has a LS3 all aluminum block, of course. Mustang 2 front suspension. Didn't build this car. This one came to us because of a clutch issue. So, customer complained of third gear clutch slipping. We get in the car, clutch engages at the top of the pedal, which I prefer it more in the center. So that tells me, that the pressure plate and disc in there isn't optimized. Basically, it's not biting as hard as I would like. It's applying pressure. So it's a light pressure, very moderate pressure. But this is an LS3, 6.2, all aluminum, with a cam in it. Headers. Car's done nice, very, very nice. You can see the inside of it. It's got a vintage air kit in it. We didn't build this car. Like I said, it just came to us for this issue on the clutch. So what I did is I pulled the transmission, backed it out of there. I measured from this surface right here to the fingers. I got, I believe it was 2 inches. Here's my measurements. You got 2 inches and 7/8. Measured by the instructions, just the way they say. So that is within range. I came up with an 1/8 inch. We're perfect there. So the clutch is installed right. Slave cylinder is correct. This is a Magnum transmission. We can tell because it has the vents on the side. It makes it easy. All right. So I did the measurements. Measured from here to the surface, compressed all the way to get my measurements. Everything checked out good. So customer's complaint was in third gear, it would slip. All right, well, that's just a clutch. He says he has 10 miles on it, so it hasn't fully broken in yet. That could be the reason, but this is a manual transmission in this car. And this motor does make lots of torque. So I don't believe that clutch will hold out. That clutch is not going to apply enough pressure on that disc to hold the torque that this engine's putting out. So what I'm suggesting to the customer is a Ram or a Spec 3 clutch. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to pull this out the rest of the way, put it on the ground, take off, inform the customer tomorrow what I found out, see what he wants to do. But it is a gorgeous car. It's got single piston up front. The paint's gorgeous. It is nice. It's got some scuffs on it from it being worked on for the time. It's been a project. But she's pretty. Got her covered because I got to take care of them. Well, that's where I'm at on this one. It's 52 Chevy. Got the Barola exhaust on it. Not full stainless, though. It's got a 4.9 inch in it. Looks like it's leaking a little bit. I got to make a to-do list for this. Just an addressing list, I should say, of little odds and ends that I found that I think I should be addressed. But that's what I came up with. Cannot put a stock clutch in a tuned car, in my opinion. This thing has some meats on it. There's decent tires on it. I don't know exactly what size they are. I didn't read them, but they're Hancooks. What do we got here? 275 40 20s. They're ZR rated, Z-rated tires. So this stuff should hold up. It's just the clutch won't hold up. But I don't expect a clutch to hold up to a car of this stature with everything. The oil pan's kind of low, so we'll probably get him to switch out for an oil pan, but we'll see if he'll do that on his own. The oil pan's not squared up with the bell housing, but at least it's not back and keeping the bell housing from seating all the way. It's the opposite direction on this. People, you have to make sure you square up these oil pans to the back of the block when you mount them and seal them. But like I said, everything checked out good. It's just not strong enough clutch for this thing. But this is the new garage I'm working at. We got 7 doors, I believe, in this one in total. With some of his projects that he had going on. And we got some regular just work coming in on stuff too. I'm going to go pick up a 68 GTO tomorrow. It's got a 6.2 in it. I sold to a customer. And he got it mounted and in there, but he's having some trouble with the way it's in there. So he's going to bring it down here, or I'm going to go pick it up and bring it in and check it out, pull the engine. Sad to say, but we'll have to do some head gaskets. People, you really need to make sure you let those things bleed out completely when you're filling them from dry. A little trick is to take the thermostat. When you get your new thermostat in there, they have a little weep hole that helps the water bleed through. I prefer to take that little pin out of there and drill it out to allow some volume through it without the thermostat opening. It really does help with air bubbles getting out of it on cold startup and initial fill up on antifreeze. So, but the guys did a decent job on this one. I do like the way they did it. I haven't found hardly anything I don't like on it. It's a quality build. Just a little refining. A little addressing here and there. But everything does need that. Especially when you're doing a full build. But it's always good to get all of it addressed before the customer takes the car, of course. So, well, like I said, 52 Chevy, 6.2 all aluminum swap with a Magnum 6-speed. She is pretty. I'm grateful that I get to work on these cars. Living my dream. But, yep, I'm going to address this, put a bigger clutch in it. Someone's got more of a pressure plate on it. And go from there. But, here we are.